YouTube, it's Brian Phillips, all new from E-flite, the Habu XS80. It's a full house. It's got all the things. Look, we have retracts. Amazing. And by the way, did you notice the landing lights turn on and off on the wings and on the landing gear? So sweet. Can't wait to fly this for you. And we're about to lose daylight, so I got to push this to just show you how smooth that action is. And then grab it and show them how nice and soft it is. And yes, it is also a leading, or excuse me, a trailing link on all 3 gear. And then yes, as you've come to expect from E-flite, we do have thrust reverse, and I have pilot fatigue set up, so we'll do controllable for you. 6S, and we have flaps. Guys, this thing is loaded. It's got everything, okay? Forward thrust, safe AS3X, all that stuff. Here we go. Oh yes. Out of the gear, out of the flaps.
Wow.
50% throttle, 30. Okay, here we go.
Oh, those lights are so cool.
God, I love it, guys. Oh, that looks so gorgeous. Guys, the AS3X Plus hasn't locked in, but I gotta say, it is calm right now, or calmer. 12-bladed fan. Oh, it sounds sweet. Holy cow, it's fast. Out of the throttle. Oh, that sounds awesome. Do you hear it scream?
Yeah.
That was out of throttle altogether. Oh, my heart is pumping.
Is it?
Yes. Fat. Oh, it sounds so sweet, guys. I hope you can hear it. Do you hear that, or is it just in my head?
It sounds really cool.
All right, here we go. Not even full throttle, not even full speed. No throttle. Hard on throttle. Now let's slow it down. Full landing flaps here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Wide flying envelope. Rudder, rudder, rudder. Definitely faster than its competitive offerings, or rather, the 70s. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down with the wind on that last pass. Let's go into the wind slightly. It's a very light, relaxed wind going through where the Cherry would have been. You can see the trees all of a sudden. Hard on the throttle, a little bit of rudder, and there it is, guys. This plane is ultra controllable, ultra easy to fly, and yet still, it is not as tame as its little brothers and sisters. Gear coming out. Let's see if we can do a touch and went. We got the CG pretty much spot on, 5006S all the way to the front. Flaps. Just relaxing into this landing here. Flare at the end. Yes! Throttle cuts on. By the way, 19 seconds left on our 3-minute timer. We can also check and see what our voltage is because we have telemetry. So let's scroll right past that. Oh yeah, we can keep going. I just didn't want to show any screens that might have showed my altitude because I'm pretty sure I stated exactly 399.
Yeah.
But you guys might notice there's some gravel there. Pretty hard on the planes to do gravel. So we're not going to do gravel ops, take off flaps. Forward thrust, we'll do a 3-point turn here, something you cannot do without thrust reverse controllable. And yes, pilot fatigue worked flawlessly, as we would come to expect. And I love the landing gear. They look so much better on this than on the more basic models. Okay, so let's do this. Hard on the throttle. Gosh, I should have done a couple of clicks of trim there. It's kind of wandering to the right. Okay, full speed pass now. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's so dang fast. Love the scream. Out of the throttle, jank it. Oh, by the way, safe. I just turned safe on, not even looking, okay? So let's see how safe does. Take off flaps now. Slowing it down for you here on Brian Phillips RC. Nice, relaxed pass here. In safe, out of the throttle. Just a little bit of throttle here. We'll show you the landing lights coming on. Okay, gear coming out. Oh yes, you can see them. Now they're off. Oh, now they're down.
That's so cool.
Oh, that is so sweet, guys. Oh yes, we do have all three. And look, you have a pretty good turn envelope. So as you can see, with full landing flaps, you can make a pretty sharp turn, okay? Now gear, in safe. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope, would have been way too fast as configured right now. Now I am gonna come out of safe. Let's do in the bowl here, camera crew. You good?
Okay. Yeah.
Work your way over. Down the damn runway. So good, guys, it looks so sick. Okay, you good? I'm gonna do an inside pass if you can handle it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Out of the throttle, you good, you're safe, right? It's pretty fast playing, guys. Takes a second to spool up, I can tell you that. So if you guys are not intermediate to experienced EDF pilots, you might wanna kind of hold off on this one here, because it is definitely a lot more playing than what you're gonna get in the SS70 by a lot. I mean, it's not even close, guys. Let me do an inside pass here, or is that too tight? Let's just go along the damn runway here.
Okay.
Man, that is gorgeous. Oh yes, it's cruising, guys. Here it comes, high speed this time, you ready? Not like before. Man, that looks sick. AS3X Plus has it locked in on those insane fast passes. And boy, that screen is fantastic. It is just awesome. Take off flaps now. Guys, tight quarters here. Tight quarters, as you may already know from watching Brian Phillips RC for a while. We fly in some of the tighter quarters that you're gonna see on YouTube. There are people, of course, flying from woods and stupid things like that for fun, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not the way most people are gonna do it. First warning. I wonder if I can land the other way. Think I can get into a configuration quick enough? That is gonna be a pretty big ask, but I wanna try it.
Make it over the trees.
Oh yeah. You good? Slip, 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 slip. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna get it. Way too fast. Out of the flaps, out of the gear. I'm gonna try the other way. I was gonna see if I could do grass hops, but I'm with the wind. I just had way too much inertia. Gear coming out. Should see the 3 landing lights come out. Oh, so gorgeous. I gotta say, the lights are not the brightest we've ever seen. Full landing flaps now. Gear down, correct? Call them if you see them.
Yep.
Okay, just using a little wiggle. Full thrust reverse. Pilot fatigue! Oh, yes! And I dropped the nose, guys. I gotta admit, I dropped the nose. I don't know if I can tolerate that, but I just don't know if I have enough battery to do any more. But let's just see what happens here. I wanna see if I can spool it up in the grass, if I get like warnings like galore. Because look, it likes to bounce. When you're CG'd out, you guys remember, that battery is all the way at the front at the bulkhead, 5006S. And it's still wanting to kind of teeter on the mains, okay? 20 millimeter center of gravity range. I mean, it's huge. It's like almost an inch, okay? So when you get this set up, you can use up to a 7,000, but if you put a 7,000 up there, you're gonna be like, it's just gonna be really nose heavy, so just be aware. Okay, so throttle cuts off, forward thrust, take off flaps now. I wanna see if I can get in the air. Should be efficient enough to get it back down and touch, okay? If I can't, I'm gonna bail. I'm gonna stop right there. But thrust reverse is gonna be eliminated because I won't necessarily have it. That's one thing you gotta watch for when you fly low battery ops. Okay, here we go. Nope, I don't think we're getting it. It's going straight into warnings.
Okay.
Just getting it up on the grass. Man, that looks so good. I am loving the way that that thing performed. It looked good, it felt good. It's definitely gotten away from kind of the Habu cartoony feel because it's so dang fast. but it's still easy to fly, which means it's not gonna be intimidating for the average Joe that maybe has low EDF experience time. Tinted glass window looks like a very realistic airplane. Obviously the landing gear with the light and the mains. Why is my nose gear light not on? See that? Did it shut off?
Does it shut off after a while?
I wonder if it does. There it goes. I just cycled the gear. I wonder if I cycled it twice really quick or something stupid, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Very cool features. This thing is packed with them. It's super awesome. I don't usually say this, but with new releases, if you want one, you need to order it because obviously we've got this like trade war going with China and other countries. And if you want one of these things before things like go nuts, I would just order it ASAP. It's really good. You're gonna really like it. If you even remotely like any of the other Habus, get it. If you're brand new and you want an easy to fly plane, don't get it, okay? It's not a hard to fly plane. It is easier than many EDFs, but it is definitely more of a plane. It's gonna take more skill. It's gonna give you less chance to correct, and it's gonna bite a lot harder, okay? Because here's the thing, when you get the Habu 50, you're low input cost, low consequences, fixed gear, still a Habu, still basic, easy hand launch, easy belly land. You can put the gear in your pocket. It's easy to do that, have a great experience, cheaper to battery. Why would you start here unless you're just wanting to blow money down the garbage can? When you're brand new, you're gonna crash, you're gonna have all sorts of mishaps. Just trust me on this. Get what you can afford, get what you can handle when you can handle it. If you wanna step it up and do the STS and the 70, the red and white one, you'll be fine. We have links to all of them. When you click our link, it'll show you all the versions, okay? Pick the one that makes sense to you. If you want the Habu, if you wanna use the same batteries on the 70, you're gonna feel, I feel like that one's got fixed gear still, right? So I think if you're flying from grass ops consistently, it might still be a really good fit. If you're gonna pull the gear and just do belly landing, that's probably where you wanna be. This thing is way nicer on the bottom. I think most people are gonna be reluctant to belly land this thing, but there's not many cheater holes. So if you do actually get this to fly and belly land, which I don't understand why you would do that with a retract set airplane, then that's something to consider, okay? Now, is it the perfect plane? Is it the best we've ever flown? I'm not even gonna go so far as to say that, but I gotta say, it is quite the experience. It's very fast, it's very easy to see, and yes, we are flying it in sunset. If you're a Hawkeyes fan, it's definitely designed as a Hawkeye tribute, or maybe like a Steelers, so that would same
there's
colors.
lots of other,
yeah,
probably better
there's a few
teams.
other schools
Yeah.
and teams, but I'm gonna go with Hawkeyes. So anyway, guys, beautiful plane, beautiful experience. Comes in 5 pieces, okay?
Super easy to
Can we
build.
just like agree as a hobby that that's what we would like?
Yes.
5 pieces or less
We can.
for builds with Brian Phillips RC. We still managed to squeeze 2.5 hours of unboxed build radio setup that are available for you right now. I'm exaggerating. I don't think it's quite that long.
No, it's not actually.
But the truth is, we did go through a full radio setup this time. I did not pull it from the receiver. We did that last time, and it worked really good. And it was on a heli, correct? Was that the last one?
We did it on the Foresight.
The Foresight
as
also.
well.
But I can't remember which one was last. It's been, they were close in timing. But I can say this, helis have a lot more going on. It takes a lot more. So if you can pull that from the heli, oh yeah, do it.
Yep.
But in an airplane, there's not that much going on this. It was actually pretty easy. The most complicated setup was pilot fatigue. Okay, pilot fatigue was a bit of an, probably a 3 or 4 minute thing. No big deal. We show you how we do it. We show you how you can do it, and that's the way we do it on Brian Phillips RC. We don't just show the plane slamming on a table in my mother's basement with LEDs on in the background. We don't do that here. We show it in our own basement or our own living room or our own kitchen that's full of planes. So when you're ready for that, we're here to help support you. So I gotta say, the Habu XS 80 millimeters is definitely something to write home. It is really good. It is really fun. It has got a lot of stuff wrapped on it. Every opening, everything that's gonna be a wear point has got a little plastic liner along it. The nose cone is really small, admittedly, but it's even got plastic inside, so it's plastic on plastic connections. And when you pull the canopy, there's good plastic lining around the edge. Now, is that gonna work the way we hope it does? I don't know. It's brand new to us. It's our first flight. but I think it's gonna do okay. Also, I gotta say, as much as I love the lights, and I really, really love the lights, they're not quite as bright as I was hoping for. That could also be because we're getting lower on voltage. I don't think so though. I think it's just the lights they picked. Now, are they good enough? Do they pass muster of Brian Phillips RC? Absolutely, they do. They're cool, they flash where I want them to flash, and they don't flash where I don't. I never want my nav lights to flash, ever, never, ever, never, ever, ever, ever. It's stupid. They don't do it in real life. I want them to be on all the time. And then if you're gonna do something like turn on and off lights, by all means, please do it with retracts. And if you don't have retracts, you can put landing lights on there too. That'd be super, super cool. Maybe time in with a flap feature, or better yet, give us another channel and we'll turn them on ourselves. So, beautiful plane, great feature set. It's pretty much got all the features that we always ask for. Flaps, retracts, LEDs. We don't ask for landing lights, but I do want them, okay? Soft tires, okay? On the nose gear. And I mean, I hate it. I bounced it on that last landing, but I gotta say, it's not that hard to land. I just got ahead of myself on the pilot fatigue because I have 3-inch roadstone here. Well, it's not 3-inch roadstone, it's 3-inch clean. But you don't want to bring a plane across 3-inch clean. It's gonna suck. And so I knew I had to stop, and usually I have, you know, a little bit of extra room to extend my landings. Now, eventually we'll have another 120 feet or so worth of runway, which puts us up to 350 feet or something. I'll measure it at some point and give you guys a real measurement. But then this one's gonna be like almost 400 and something, 430, 440. I don't wanna say exactly because I haven't measured it since we did the construction for the base, okay? But at the end of the day, the cross one strip is, it's here. It's just in the process of being worked in. And we are so excited to be able to share this all with you. Obviously the building is not built. You may have noticed, we did too. 9 weeks of structural engineering was not quite enough to take care of the county's questions, because the county always has questions that nobody has the answers to. And so they wanted 5 PSI more snow load and 5 miles an hour. They wanted, instead of 110 miles an hour, they wanted 115 miles an hour with the wind rating. So we're gonna do that too. So evidently 9 weeks is not enough with the structural engineer, because the county guy knows better.
Definitely, for sure.
So anyway, when we get ready to build that, we'll give you guys an update. And we needed a variance for the height.
Yep.
Because we were like 6 feet too high. But these things happen sometimes when you're doing crazy stuff. So if you want to help support crazy stuff, and when I say crazy stuff, I mean, guys, thank you for helping us be in a position to be asking for support. This is awesome. Horizon is doing a great job. Keep doing a great job. Keep it up for us. Make sure you survive these trade wars, okay? Because we need some good quality airplanes, okay? If there's other manufacturers locally here in the United States that want to do it, in the meantime, even better. Let's get them coming, guys. Get them coming. Strike while the iron is hot. Hit us up. We'll help you get them to the market, because we love airplanes. And airplanes are not the easiest thing to do. There's about 1 million other things you could do to make money in this world other than make RC airplanes, and probably be way more rich and way more prosperous and do it on a lot less effort. But we are really thankful that the companies that are making RC airplanes are still making RC airplanes, because we love them. We want you guys to get them, and we want to get them, and it's going to be amazing. So let's keep doing that while everybody has their little arguments over, you know, trillions and stuff. All right. Right there, E-flite Habu XS80. Looks sweet. Oh, 12-bladed fan. I don't think I mentioned that, but I mentioned every other thing. I can't think of anything we missed. And yes, there is a hatch that is removable, quite easy. And you can just pop that right there. And there is actually a little finger hole in there too, if you need to get your finger in. AR637TA AS3X Plus, and safe equipped. I did have to pull back my antenna to get it into this protective sleeve. Be careful. Originally, it was pulled through here where the 28 millimeters of the active portion, which is very hard to see on camera. You may not have noticed it in our unbox build radio setup, but I noticed it right before I loaded the battery to come out here and fly, okay? So check yours when you get yours. 5006S all the way to the front. Beautiful fit. Tons of room. Easily fit a 7000 6S. But I think you're gonna have to probably have it back quite a ways to get your CG where you want it. This thing feels dang good. And it is balanced what did I call it? 5/9 of the way back?
Yes.
Because I wanted to pick an easy measurement.
Right.
Since we're dealing with engineering woes on our building.
Yeah.
I figured I'd throw something out there. So guys, really good. And by the way, I didn't even hardly talk about it, but the pilot looks really good. Pretty basic looking instrument cluster. But you know what? I'd rather have basic done well than super complicated done not well. That being said, we have seen considerably more cool canopies over the years. And you know what that leads to? Doggy, heavy, slow airplanes. Okay? So let's get airplanes that fly first, and then we can add all the features that fit within that flight envelope. If you're listening, manufacturers, I'm sure you're not. All right, E-flite, good job. YouTube, if you're watching, help support us, please. Okay? There's 4 ways. 4 ways that are not buying this plane. Buy this plane. It's the easiest way. Buy the plane, buy the battery, buy the transmitter, buy the receiver, whatever it is you're going to need for RC action. Check it out, brianphillipsrc.com. 2,800 plus videos ready to rock and roll. You can buy there. They'll link you to the partners that we had for that particular item, or you can watch a YouTube video here on YouTube. It'll get you back here to YouTube so you can see it, and then videos have descriptions. The descriptions have links. The links have links to the planes, the battery we chose, the transmitter that we used, generally speaking. And then there's links to a few other master links as well. So different manufacturers we work with, distributors and hobby shops. Okay. So those are the easy ways. And if you don't like those ways and you just want to send us a few bucks, we always appreciate that, but also feel like that's the better way. So we'll just list them. YouTube members, monthly support, YouTube super thanks, one-time Patreon for monthly support, and PayPal if you don't want to be part of those 3 clubs. We totally understand it and appreciate that you may not want to give money through those third parties. Just remember, we're friends and family. Otherwise, PayPal also takes a pretty big cut. And then we have a PO box. Some people ask us once in a while about checks. I don't know why I thought of that today, but some people just, they want to do that. That's fine too. But really, at the end of the day, we love this hobby. We want as many of you involved as can be involved, because there's only so much one guy can do. Even if I bought 100% of everything that every manufacturer ever made, it isn't near enough. We need to have a huge, broad swath of decent people that work hard, that have some money to spend on this amazing hobby, spending on this amazing hobby, so that we can keep and make it through these weird times right now. Okay? That's how we do it. So if you get upset about raised prices, I appreciate that you're upset, but just remember, a lot of what's going to happen in the next few months is going to be set by other people. Okay? And we can hold them accountable how we see fit. And that's perfectly within the purview of Americans' jobs. But let's not hold accountable the people that aren't necessarily accountable. And I'm not just speaking for Horizon here. I'm speaking for everybody that has worked really hard to give us what we love, whether it be a helicopter, a quad, a VTOL, a leaf blower. Maybe the leaf blower's made here. Or airplanes. Okay? Or if you want to work for like $4 an hour, you can set up a nice little labor shop to put together RC airplanes in America. But I don't think you're probably going to do that, so that's okay. And by the way, if you guys didn't already know this, I work in manufacturing professionally. I've been doing it for multiple decades, and I would love it to see many jobs come home and factories be built. They're already built, most of them. People just don't know any better because they don't work on industrial machinery like I do. So it's a strange predicament. But you know what's not a predicament? That thing. Get it while you can. It's going to be great. I think you'll enjoy it. Not sure if you're going to see a second flight, but it's befitting the landing lights that we have the sunset and a beautiful early summer experience here on Brian Phillips RC. Guys, if you are moving the way through the ranks, this is not a bad place to land, pun intended. And by the way, we're looking forward to seeing you at Jonal 2025. If we've never met you in person, believe me, if you think I talk a lot now, just meet me in person.
Yeah.
It's not for camera, I promise you. You think I'm just being a smart aleck, I'm not.
Nope.
So at the end of the day, we love this hobby. We're going to support it how we can, and that's one of the biggest ways. We like to go to RC Fest, and we like to go to South Carolina to Triple Tree Aerodrome to enjoy Jonal. It's a very cool project, 400 acres plus, probably 20 hours a day of flying. It's insane. 50 to 100,000 people living hobby for 10 days straight. We don't even go for all the days. It's that intense.
Right. We will be there.
We will be there starting on, God willing, Wednesday, because we're getting in on Tuesday. It's going to take us time to get rental cars. It's going to take us time to get the hotel set. And then it's going to take us time to physically move back and forth. And so we have found that it's not usually wise to try to show up that night. And we have bumped the schedule so that we have a little bit more room on Saturday as well. But it just depends on how the weather is looking at Triple Tree. There have been days where we've been in some pretty torrential downpours and thunderstorms and things like this, and it just makes for a really tight-knit community activity. And by the way, they land bombers at this site. It's a real airstrip. It's 7,000 feet with 3,000 feet of overrun. It's a 10,000 foot strip, okay? It's huge. That's more than 1 mile, in case you didn't know how long a mile was. It's gonna make mine look like, you know, an RC runway. So that's all we got for you today. We hope we'll see you there. And if you guys have an aircraft that I can fly with you, possibly being like a short blib for Brian Phillips RC, that'd be super cool, because we can only pack so much on an airplane. We can't bring big lipos. We can't bring big airplanes. It just doesn't make sense for us. Because especially since we can't drive down there yet, we hope and aim to do that at some point, but it's probably not going to be while I'm working my day job. Okay?
We're not the cool, like, 16-year-olds from Germany that, like, pack up their planes in giant crates and fly them over with us. We don't get to do that.
Which is awesome, by the way.
That is super cool.
It is really cool. But I mean, they do that for a profession, by the way, I might want to mention. And they're way, 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 way better pilots than us.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
but we live it. We still live it, guys.
Super fun.
It's very real. Okay, so be there or be square. That's all I'm going to say. And by the way, for those of you that have supported us over the years at Joe Nall, we appreciate you being there. We appreciate you giving us something to specifically to fly while we're there. That's something that we cannot provide for ourselves, so we're leaning on you for support, whether it's flying a couple of float planes that you've got. It doesn't need to be something super fancy. It can just be something that we've even reviewed. But if it's more fancy, or if it's a turbine jet and we can legally, you know, work under your wing safely and legally, then we'll do it. So we have one of those things lined up. So it's really exciting. Can't wait, Brian. That's all we got tonight. I don't think there's anything more I can squeeze into this episode.
I don't think so. It's getting dark.
So guys, I'm Brian Phillips RC. We tell the full truth, nothing but the truth. So help us God, because we want to get you out of the chair and into the air. And if you have more questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button and click the bell for notifications. When you do subscribe to Brian Phillips RC, we're going to get you where you want to be, which is obviously up there and not on the ground. Well, it's kind of, you'll pretend you're up there. But it'll be awesome doing it. And by the way, I've always thought that. I always enjoyed the third person viewpoint, like you're watching an air show and flying and controlling it. Let's get the sunset as we finish and wrap up. And so if you're into FPV, I don't mean to take anything away from you, but FPV's never been my bag of tricks, but a lot of people do enjoy it. I just love controlling the airplane in the air show when it's my own private air show. It's so much fun. It's one of the things I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I'm just like a little kid now. So wait till I'm an adult. What do I want to do when I grow up, hon?
I don't know.
We'll find out. Probably has something to do with flying.
Probably.
I bet. All right, that's all you get for tonight. Guys, thanks for being with us here on Brian Phillips RC. If you need more action right now and you just can't wait till the next release, check out brianphillipsrc.com. I promise you, it's waiting right now. bprc.me or brianphillipsrc.com. Either one. If you know how to spell, use the second one. Come back for more. YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. This is all new from E-flite. Super excited to be bringing it right now, the 80mm Habu XS, which is super cool, has amazing retracts, trailing link on all of the bogies, which is awesome. And we have lights that turn on and change condition. I'm gonna show that right now. So as you can see, when the gear go up, then you have flashing out of sequence with these strobes, which is so cool. Obviously huge flaps and thrust reverse AS3X, plus all the stuff that you've come to expect from E-flite models. And without further ado, we're gonna fly it on 5000 6S right now, 50C. I would definitely get the higher C packs if you're looking, okay? All right, just to show you we got power. Out of the flaps, out of the gear. So we're just gonna bring it down here. Going up to the stratosphere. This will be a higher speed pass here. Guys, it sounds phenomenal. Out of throttle. right over the damn runway. Guys, it's got a pretty sluggish roll rate, but that's because it'll go like 125 miles an hour, and it is a fast plane. Guys, if you're used to flying the Habu STS, it's not even like in the same echelon. Look at the speed, guys. It's crazy, and it doesn't lose anything going uphill. That's the beauty. And I cannot describe how good it sounds. It sounds like a real jet out of throttle, and I love it. So now check this out. One of the biggest reasons I really love this plane is right here. Check out this wide envelope, guys. Full landing flaps now. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have our runway started. So we're gonna show you that right now. So along with the Habu, we've got the damn runway here. Look at that thing. Look how quick it eats up the real estate, guys. That's like a 500-foot runway. Flat and level and fast, folks. And guys, look at this little chunk of light coming through this cloud. We're gonna fly right next to it here so that you guys get a chance to see the Habu. Oh, that looks so dang good. It's so much fun, guys. You gotta get one. Check it out. Links in the video description below, just like usual. I'm gonna bring this out. Let's see if we can slow it down. Gear coming out. Check out the change in light condition with that dark cloud behind. All three lights visible out of the flaps, out of the gear. We'll bring it around the other side. Let's go a little bit closer to the middle of the runway there, camera crew. Okay, guys, one thing about this plane right there. One thing about this plane, you gotta be careful. Don't get too excited and bounce it in on pilot fatigue, okay? That's what I like to do with this plane. I wanna see if I can give you guys a nice out of pressure, no problemo kind of landing here, okay? Into the flare, pilot fatigue. And as you can see, I still just about overshot, but let's see how the grass looks. The grass is totally fine on this thing. Look at that thing bounce. I love the way the nose gear looks. Looks like a real full-scale plane, and that's our 3 minutes right there. Let's see just how much we have left. I'm just gonna jump into the menu real quick, look at the telemetry. Might block the screen for just a second. Oh yeah, look at that. We got plenty of power left. We're gonna keep flying 5,006S, and you're gonna be flying this thing for 5-6 minutes at crazy 125, 120 miles, whatever it is. It's really fast. And guys, it doesn't really matter to me how fast it actually is. I just want to look fast and be fast. And this thing is fast. A little bit sluggish out of the hole, but just like big planes take big power compared to small planes and lighter planes. And this thing has full paint. It's gonna fly more like the models of yesteryear in the Habu arena. And I really enjoy flying it. I gotta say, it's super fun. It's got good symmetry. You can slip it around, upside down, right side up. It doesn't care. I have a habit of crashing into my house with Habus. I'm gonna try not to do it. Out of the throttle, here we go. We'll stall turn this and see how nice and clean we can make it. AS3X Plus makes it look like you can do no wrong. Same spot and then back. Guys, AS3X Plus just doesn't let you make some of the same mistakes you might have made without it. Oh, did you see the birds? That was so cool. Now, I don't want to scare them, but check this out. There's 3 geese, and we have geese that are nesting in our yard right now, so I'm trying to be extra nice, but there's 3 of them, and I'm 100% sure we don't have 3.
We do not.
But when I looked up there, they freaked me out.
Right
I was like,
there.
how is my airplane on that side of the airspace? You guys see that crispy, nice turn at high speeds? There is no sluggishness at all about the roll rate, I can tell you that. Now at low speeds, you might wish you had a little bit more. Okay, full landing flaps are on the way downhill. Gear coming out. I don't think this is gonna happen, but I still wanna see if I can get it done. I need to probably pull that battery back just a hair if I wanna do more of the crazier stuff like that, okay? Out of flaps, out of the gear. Because I can tell you this right now, I've got it all the way forward to the bulkhead, makes a nice nose heavy setup, very comfortable for the lesser experienced pilot, good high speed flight type of envelope. But what you wanna do, guys, is get out of that. And I'm just gonna cheat over into the grass again. Now I gotta say, one thing about this plane is it is eager to keep flying. And that's one of the things you gotta watch for. Out of the flaps altogether, I do have a big bump there, so let's go over there and grab it. We still have about 20% power left. And I'm telling you, one other thing I noticed is that even on the 50C packs, I think that the 130 amp ESC definitely is drawing the juice out of the battery. So you might wanna just make sure, if you got 50C packs, you might wanna think about getting a couple 100Cs to throw in there so you can just abuse them. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, this plane is gonna make you want to abuse your batteries. It is so much fun to fly. It does everything you want. It's got really good habits, but I will tell you this, after I've gotten used to it a little bit more, we'll show you the release latch here. It's a very nice release latch. We'll show you all the unboxed build radio setup like you've come to expect from Brian Phillips RC, but right there all the way forward. You could run that thing back here because look, we have a 20mm center of gravity range, which is huge, folks. It is really a big deal because you can fly this thing tail heavy with a 7,000 milliamp hour pack. I mean, if you put a 4,000 in here, they're suggesting 4,000 to 7,000. You can do a 7,000. My only qualms with the 7,000 is they only offer it in a 30C. And my fear is you might be a little bit rough on your pack. Now, obviously Spectrum has suggested that that's an okay thing to do. So obviously it's gonna work, okay? But I don't wanna fly it heavier. I wanna fly it lighter. And I love the way this thing feels. It's light on its feet once you get going, but it's a lot more doggy than an STS. And it's a lot more doggy than a 50mm on a 3S, okay? So if you're wanting to learn to fly, just don't do it, okay? Not with this. Yes, second, third plane, I think you'll probably be okay, but you have to keep in mind, there's still a pretty good amount of cash tied up in this plane by the time you put a $150 battery in whatever the plane is going for these days. And we try not to talk about price much on this channel because prices do change over time, especially now. And that's one thing you're not gonna hear often from Brian Phillips RC, but we've been saying it the last few weeks because we are in the peak of a trade war. So get one now if you want it because they're here today, which means you can get it. But if you wait, you probably won't, okay? I only say that when I know it, and I know it, so I'm gonna say it. We don't do that, try to be heavy-handed, because at this moment in history, there's a lot of things that are kind of in upheaval. The good news is, I think we're heading the right direction. It's just gonna take a little bit to get there. We're gonna have to get over some rocky roads for a while, like this. And it's kind of scary because every time I overshoot my runway, I used to go like here or here. But you know, these little landing gear, even on this plane, which are delectable, do not like rocks this size.
It's a bit much.
They tend to be destroyed, okay? Anybody who's driven, this is 3-inch clean, and that's 211 tons of it, okay? That's just the base. We got another 120 tons of 3/4 sub coming in, or 3/4 roadstone, depending on where you live, what they call it. And then there'll be concrete, okay? There will be concrete. Right here, and here, and here, and everywhere you see. Well, not everywhere, that would be really lame. But there will be, and that bump got knocked off on the damn runway, which is really nice. And yes, the septic tank is marked. I know you guys are really worried about the septic tank. I'm glad I didn't whack one of those at 120 miles an hour.
That's true.
Because the last time I hit a plane into a stake, it blew up. It was amazing. But it wasn't at 120 miles an hour. I can promise you that. And it was definitely, I think the landing gear on this probably costs more than that plane.
I'm sure they do.
But yeah, this Habu is awesome, guys. The Evoque team of aircraft design helped put this together, and it's still got the high profile wing. So you still got really good, you know, wing loading. So it's gonna give you an easier shot at this. They're calling this skill level 2. I think it fits into the skill level 2, but it's gonna be, you know, you're gonna need to know what you're doing. The problem with this plane for a beginner is that it puts out and you might end up with a problem, okay? And you're gonna end up with a done problem, not like a scratched tail problem. And that's where I think, because it is very fast, it doesn't bite like the Viper. It doesn't bite like other planes that are really fast, but it bites in different ways. And that is, it covers a lot of ground really quick. It's got really good visibility, and I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds, and I love the way it performs. It's got high quality servos. It's got high quality ESC, high quality landing gear. Yes, all three of them are soft, and they do work well. However, you have to remember, in the echelon of plane, the speed, weight, and design, this is still a relatively short strip. And we don't have our overshoot right now, so I have to be extra careful. When this is done, that'll add about 110 or 112, 115, something like that. I think I planned it for 120, but we cut it slightly short. So this should be about 375, 385 feet. We'll measure it when it's all done. And then same thing out here. This one is gonna have a little bit of a ramp on the end. That'll be our turnaround, you know, but we'll still launch off of that. And this little bump, hopefully the undulation is small enough. We worked a lot. I worked a lot with my engineer to get that dam to be flat. It was very expensive to make it flat. It was a lot.
Yes.
And we designed it so that it would also receive a semi. And we wanted to make sure that we could make it flat. And I talked to him about this very thing because I said, I don't want the planes launching and going whoosh into the air and then stalling, okay? And particularly when they're full scale and I'm in it, okay? So E-flite, amazing plane. I love it. It looks good. It acts good. It sounds good. I can't tell you if it smells good because I whacked my head.
It smells like a plane.
Okay, smells just like a plane?
Fine.
Okay. So, and if it smells like anything else, it's probably a burnt ESC. So the sun's coming out to greet us. Look at this beautiful hole that's being burned.
That's cool.
It's like God has said, fly more, Brian. But I gotta say this plane is fantastic. You will really enjoy it. If you don't like a Habu, you might actually like this one, okay? It's a different Habu than what we've been seeing with the trainers that have come out. And I'm telling you this right now, the 50 millimeter Habu is still one of the major go-tos because just about anybody can fly planes. But the Habu STS can technically be your first plane, and it's an EDF jet. I still probably wouldn't recommend it, but it could be because it is so dang easy to fly. Same problem it has with the Crescendo and all the different planes that had safe on the early end. They float, 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 and then you come back, they're still floating, okay? This does it too, even with the big flaps. I may need to program it a little bit more down on the flaps just to create drag because of our short strip, and that might be symptomatic of our environment. And you probably won't have that with a longer strip that's in a more clear area at most of your flight fields, okay? So just a couple of thoughts from my perspective, very hyper specific to my environment, but you guys know my environment because you've been watching for 2,800 videos. And if you're not subscribed, you should be doing that now. Click the bell for notifications. You need to know because right now there's never been a more important time to be timely and on time with your orders because stuff is coming and going and may not come back because of tariff issues. Okay, I'm not just trying to be an alarmist. I am very optimistic, even though it's been a very expensive couple of months for us and most of you. But the truth is, this is going to be reasonable and you should get it while you can because it's awesome and you're going to want it. And when you see some guy at the field and you're like, I should have ordered it, you're going to think of what I just said today. All right, that being said, you can use all the standard packs you've used in the past. You're gonna be set. NX10 is perfect for it. NX8 would be fine. NX7E would be fine. Really, this plane is just set to do what you want. One drawback I noticed, which is weird, the lights are not blinding bright, but they are visible. If it's bright like this, you're not gonna notice, but if it's dim, you will notice. And they're not huge, okay? So drawbacks would be number one right there, and they pull power off of the retracts, which is weird. We haven't seen that before. All three of them do. So it's really neat. We don't have a separate control channel for that, which is really nice. It's all built in. And then also, this thing is designed to not have a bunch of cheater holes. So if you were crazy enough to belly land, I guess you could technically do that. And the nose cone is not very big. It's removable, and they used plastic to reinforce around the edges on almost every edge that is an edge, except for that one, which is kind of weird. Okay, so right there, right here, there's plastic all the way around. We'll see if that gets to where it's cutting people's hands or if it's annoying. And then the AR637TA, and that is AS3X Plus. So it's this 637TA Plus. It's getting to be a mouthful to say that. I'm sorry, guys. But you can't split out the nose wheel for steering, additional steering gains, unless you were to give up another feature, which I would not give up anything on this plane.
No.
If you're gonna do anything, you have to go up to the 8360T Plus, and then you can add the steerable nose gear, separate it out so that you can have the additional stabilizer values. But I gotta say, it's been pretty tame on touchdowns. And you see how much it wants to bounce on the main. So it's not hard to bring it in and keep that nose up, which is new to the Habu, because every other Habu we had to do surgery on the tail to get the elevator stroke to be more, or we had to ride them real tail heavy from what they recommend in the manual so that we had enough pitch authority, especially if you're flying in safe, okay? Now we do have one guy in mind I'm thinking of that wants to be able to open up the flight envelope in safe. This thing does fly well in safe. The other flight will show, has me flying in safe. We show the flight envelope. It's pretty good. I think really, for those of you that want to open up the flight envelope on safe, one thing to be nice, Spectrum, Horizon, if you're listening, is if we had in the advanced menus, if we had the ability to go in and open the envelopes, that'd be really handy, because the advanced menus really don't open that feature up for us. So you have to go in and do a full factory reset, which you can do from forward programming, which is nice. You don't have to bring out that stupid USB adapter and cable and bring your PC out and get the software and the other password, not the one from Horizon Hobby, but the one from Spectrum RC or whatever it is, that one. So you can update your firmware and put it on your list of, anyway, so you can register and all that jazz. You don't have to do that. You can just do it from your transmitter, okay? So if you don't know what you want, if you think you need that wider flight envelope for safe and to make it more functional in tight environments like this, just remember what I told you. It's not a beginner plane, even if others are gonna say it, okay? And remember, you gotta remember, like, I'm still a pretty new pilot. I've been flying for like 10 years, okay? I fly a lot, and obviously we're very much invested in this, but at the end of the day, there's a lot better pilots out there that have advanced a lot faster through the ranks because they're not filming everything and they're just doing it. It makes me jealous. But this plane is not a bad one if you have a little bit below your belt. Okay, so if you've done the Carbon Z Cub, or if you've done a couple, prop planes and you're like, I want an EDF, it could possibly be your first EDF, but I still wouldn't push you that way, okay? I don't want you guys chasing good money after bad. If you got unlimited resources, buy one. You'll love it. It's going to be awesome. But you can let it sit in the box and watch you as you walk through the room and make you feel guilty. Just let me tell you, I have that feeling every time I go through my living room or my basement or the storage buildings or other places. All I've got to say is most rooms in my house, I feel guilty from the airplanes watching me. This one is not going to make me feel guilty because I just flew it and it is awesome. All right, guys, lots of questions you're going to have. It's a brand new release from E-flite. Obviously, we love the E-flite offerings, and Bind and Fly is the better price. Get the Bind and Fly. Even if you tear that receiver out and put it in something else because you want to get that steerable nose gear, additional guidance on ground handling, that's fine. Do it. But you're getting that AR637 TA Plus. Good Lord, it's a mouthful. You're getting that for real cheap, so just get it right now because everything is, set to go up a little bit with the tariffs. So just keep that in mind. Also, I gotta say, it is really well built. I ripped out one of my mains on rough landing. I came in, I was about this high, literally like this high, not this high to the runway. And I put on pilot fatigue and smacked it, ripped a main out. I had that main apart and it is so freaking serviceable. I couldn't believe it, but it's also very embarrassing. I was a little bit frustrated. So not sure if we're gonna show that at the end or not, but either way, we're up against the wire on getting this published. So you might not see that one, but I gotta tell you this. This plane is super well built. They've thought of all the stuff that we want and they have stuffed it into this plane. And so I'm happy. And anytime the manufacturers listen to what we want, soft tires, flaps, LEDs, landing lights, strobes, not nav lights that flash, which is, we do not want flashing nav lights, or at least I don't. I want strobes that flash. That's totally cool. All those features are awesome. Think Draco. Look how awesome the lights are on the Draco. Granted, that's modeled after a real plane. This plane has so many things. Tail light. Okay, smooth tube, less cheater holes. They just thought of all the stuff that we asked for and stuffed it in this plane. If all the manufacturers did that, you could offer 7 or 8 planes instead of 47 planes. And those 7 or 8 planes would just satisfy all of our needs, okay? So good job, E-flite. Thank you, Horizon, for giving us what we want. Thank you for making airplanes. Airplanes are one of the hardest things to make and do a good job of it, and you do a good job of it. So thank you for doing it. Everybody else wants to be like you, I think, and I'm sure I'm gonna get some flack for that. But the truth is, at the end of the day, what the heck is going on? We have cats all over the place.
What?
There's 2 cats in my field of vision. Are they trying to jump in front of the airplanes? They always come out when we're flying. This is so weird.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, Horizon does a great job. They're serving the community. They make a lot of good things, ground vehicles, boats, all that stuff, helicopters, quads, VTOLs, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I love airplanes. It is my primary space that I want to operate in. It is what I love. It is what I loved since a childhood. And I'm an adult child, so I love it still. So if you guys are like me, let's support the companies that are doing the things we ask and not necessarily, thumb our nose at the other companies that are, doing a lot of what we want. But I am saying they're doing a great job. So let's keep it up. By the way, anybody who makes airplanes for a living, instead of like collecting trash or doing taxes for people or whatever, like more reasonably easy business there is, there's a million easier ways to make a buck than to make airplanes. So thank you for making airplanes. We need more people making airplanes though. And we need people doing a good job. So we're gonna support anybody who does a good job making airplanes. Guys, that's what we got to say. Horizon does a good job. E-flite, we love this product. It's really good. I think you guys will too. And there's gonna be limited supplies and they are here stateside right now. You don't have to wait for shipping unless you wait and you're too slow ordering. So do it now, don't wait. Links in the description if you wanna help support Brian Phillips RC. And we do ask that you do it. It's very helpful. That is our primary source. We don't lean on ad revenue, we lean on sales. Okay, that's what we do because we love perpetuating this hobby. Okay, we don't slam these things on tables in our mother's basement with neon lights in the background. We actually build runways and fly them. We bring in 1.5 million pounds of material to build runways. That's how much that thing is going to weigh. It's crazy. I was doing the math the other night. It's just insane. So we love this hobby, and when I say we, I mean I love this hobby. My wife tolerates it very well. So thank you, camera crew. By the way, Jonal 2025, we'll be there. If you guys are there, hit us up. We're gonna be there. If you think I talk a lot on video, meet me in person, trust me, not exaggerating. We'll be there Tuesday, getting in late, and then we'll be there Wednesday, at the event on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then into Saturday, depending on how Saturday unfolds. The weather usually dictates how much happens on Saturday. Last year, we took a picture of ourselves on an empty landing strip on Saturday. It was very weird, but we had heavy rains on Friday into Saturday, okay? So remember, Mother Nature gives us no guarantees. Get there, live it up. It's one of the best RC experiences you can have. It will actually wear you out of RC for a little bit, okay? So give yourself a little bit of recovery time, but get there. It's awesome. It is very good. And you have to have an AMA membership, just so you guys know, because we are like FCTS, or I always say that wrong.
FTCA.
FTCA, Flight Test Community Association. They help us. They're our people, but at the same time, the AMA is many other people. We're AMA too. But at the end of the day, we are not club mentality type of people. We have never been. We do a lot of preaching against it, but only because I love freedom and I love flying. Okay. All right, here it is, guys. Get one. Links in the video description below. If you want to support us in other ways, we have Patreon for monthly support. We have YouTube. Super thanks for one-time donations. YouTube members, thanks for being members if you are one, guys. We really appreciate it. And then PayPal if you don't want to be part of those. We also have P.O. Box if you want to send checks. Somebody asked that the other day, so I don't know why. I just brought it up in this video series. So if you're looking for that. At the end of the day, we are going to be making kind of a gigantic investment. In case you didn't notice, we are working to get county approval right now. We are working through it. It's been very painful, and it's going to continue to be painful until it's done. That's why there's stakes right there. So as soon as that's done, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. But there's probably going to be a couple of little tweaks that have to be made before the building can get put in. And we have funding figured out. It's scary, but we've got the builder picked. We've got windows, overhead door, hydraulic door. Concrete stuff kind of started and worked out. Road stuff started and worked out. I mean, it's like, if you guys knew how much was going into this, you wouldn't believe me. And I could tell you for probably 2 hours straight and not stop the details that we have in this. So it's gonna be huge and I cannot wait to share it. It's gonna be so much fun. And guys, that's just the current project. We just finished one and we just finished one before that. And we just finished one before that. So guys, when you think of RC, we hope you think of Brian Phillips RC because we really love this. We want to support the hobby. We want it bigger. We want it better. We want it faster. We want it slower. We want it better bright lights, softer tires. We love a good squishy pair, okay? I know you do too. So So that's why you come to Brian Phillips RC first. Okay. And if you need more help or you can't find what you want right here in this Habu, and you maybe you're not a fan of the Habu, I get it. There are some amazing, if you don't have a 90 millimeter Viper jet and you like got money burning in your hole and you're like, I didn't like it, get the Viper. You will love it. It's amazing. It's very good. Okay. There's so many other amazing things. Check out brianphillipsrc.com. Or if you don't know how to spell, just type bprc.me and that's the same place. We'll take you there. Videos, links to buy stuff, and then also supplies, beginner planes, things like that. You'll notice this is not on the beginner planes list.
It is not.
And we're not going to put it there.
Nope.
No matter how many times people ask us to. And by the way, manufacturers have a nasty habit of calling everything a beginner plane. Good on Horizon for calling this a skill level 2, because it is not a beginner plane. Nope. This thing, if you think you're a beginner and you can handle it, there are some companies out there that will push this product on you and they will take your money and run. And then I will say, stop it. We need people to survive the first 3 or 4 planes because it's hard to learn. We'll get you there. Out of the chair, into the air, telling the full truth, nothing but the truth. So help us God. I'm Brian Phillips, RC. We hope we answered your questions. Thanks, guys, for being here. It's been a whirlwind. And there's more coming. Probably for 3 years for us on this. Okay? So stay tuned. So much more right around the corner.